Hi guys, it's me, Kinky Styles 1980. I hope everyone is doing well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I made my micro wig. Now my mannequin head, her name is Miss Styles, so you may hear that a lot. So what are the supplies? So you would need a plastic shower cap, a spandex cap, or you could use a dome cap. You will also need a hair dryer, some hair glue. You will also need a pair of cutting scissors. You're going to need some hair that is braided already on a track. And you will also need hair that is not on a track that's already braided. You will also need some paper tape. You will also need needle and thread, black thread. You will also need a spandex band, elastic, and you will need some lace. That was definitely a mouthful. Now here you can see that I started out with Miss Styles wearing a nude wig cap, and I also applied the shower cap, and I'm going to also put on the spandex cap. Now really, to be honest, I really wanted the dome cap, but I couldn't find it. The spandex cap is a little long, that's why I had to fold it over, as you can see here. Now the plastic cap just prevents glue from getting on Miss Styles' head. Now as you can see here, I had already applied the first layer of the track, and I'm going to go ahead and apply my second layer by adding my glue. What I'm doing, I am doing the fold over method, meaning I'm not going to cut the tracks at all, and that prevents your hair from shedding. Now once I stabilize the track with my fingers, I go ahead and blow dry that area for about 5 to 10 seconds with cool air, not heat. So here I am just repeating the step. Like I said, I'm doing the fold over method. I'm not cutting the tracks at all. So just to let you guys know, I used 5 packs of the hair with the tracks. In this clip right here, I had used 2 packs of the hair with the tracks. In this clip, I had used 3 packs of the hair with the tracks. Like I said, I used 5 packs in total. So when I got to the crown of Miss Styles' head, I had used all of the 5 packs of the hair with the tracks. So 5 packs of the hair with the tracks, okay? Okay guys, so let's talk about the single braids. I used 9 packs of the single braids, and what I did, I just cut that hair in half. Now this hair is used for crocheting. So when you look for this hair, it's the hair that you use for crocheting. I guess you could say that micro braids for knots. I think that's how you call it. So here I'm going to show you how I apply the single braids onto Miss Styles' head. So I add a thin layer of glue about 1.5 inches or so long, and then I just apply 1 braid at a time, and I kind of secure that braid with my fingernail before I move on to the next braid. Once the glue is covered, I just blow dry on cool air for 5 to 10 seconds. So now let's talk about the sides of my head, or Miss Styles' head. So what I did, I started at eye level, way above the ear area, because I didn't want a lot of hair around my face, and I didn't want it to be too heavy. So that's why I started at eye level. I couldn't really customize it like I wanted to because I'm wearing braids right now. But when I do part 2, I will show you guys if I had to add hair or anything like that. So anyways, like I said, I started my first thin layer of the glue at eye level, as you can see, and I'm just applying 1 braid at a time like I did previously, securing it with my nail. Once I know that that braid is not going to fall off, I just keep going and blow drying for 5 to 10 seconds. Here is just a close-up of what I did, so that way you guys would get a clear understanding on what I did. Now basically you just pad the hair down with your nail like you see I'm doing right here. Just pat it down and don't put a lot of glue, okay? You just need a little bit of glue. Once you get that secured in place, you move on to the next braid and blow dry for 5 to 10 seconds like I've said before on cool air. Now in this clip you're going to just see how flat it looks on Miss Styles' head. I really wanted the braids to look natural as possible, and I really want it to be flat on my head, so that way it looks like it actually grew out of my scalp, or the braids came straight from my scalp. I really didn't want my wig to look like a wig, basically. Now here I'm just showing you that using a little glue goes a long way. As you can see here, I can rub my fingers through the braids just as if the braids came directly from my scalp. Now let's talk about how I'm going to secure this wig on my head. Now I did not want to use any hair combs, no clips, no bobby pins or anything like that, no metal whatsoever. You can purchase the elastic band from either Walmart or, like I did, your local fabric store. Basically, I left about an inch or so hair undone to sew my band in place. And when I flip it over, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I basically sewed it on each side into the front. Now you need to measure your head so that way you can know the size of the elastic band that you need. And you want to go a little smaller than your measurement from your head so that way it would give a nice snug fit without giving you a headache. Now let's move on and talk about the lace. I cut a piece of lace that I had from a wig that I never wore, but hopefully I will wear that wig. So I cut a piece of the lace and I put it right there in the middle there where I have not complete my front. So I attach it with a little bit of glue and I proceed on to glue one braid at a time. This part was very tedious because the part has to be perfect basically. So I used a piece of paper and what I used was my receipt, and I, as you can see there, I put the glue on the paper and just dab a little bit on the hair where I want to attach it. As you can see, I just used a little bit of glue and then I just attach it in place until I covered up the outer part of the lace, as you can see here in this clip. Now how I created my middle part, I just applied a single braid right there in the middle and I secure it down with some paper tape. Now the key here is to make sure that the tape does not move and the micro braid itself doesn't move as well. Now for my middle part, I didn't use a blow dryer. I just let it dry overnight. Here I'm just going to show you that you may see a few straight hairs here and there, and this is why you need the scissors to just clip them off. So I did get a few straight hairs here and there. Now I am going to just take off the tape so that way you guys will see the final results and you will see the middle part. And this part I think was the most important part of the wig, because if the part didn't come out right or didn't look natural, it would basically mess up the whole project. So I worked on my single part for 2 days, believe it or not. So that's how it looked, and I would take off that lace, of course, when I customize her onto my head. And this is how it looked if I just, fold over the band. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you got a lot of great tips and ideas. Stay tuned for pictures. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.